Well, folks, I can tell you that was the last time I ever ate sirloin out of a can. You know, folks, it's great to be back here in Vegas. They say you play the Coconut Club twice in your life. Once on the way up, and once just after you've eaten a really big shrimp salad and immediately barfed it up because the shrimp were 6 weeks old and you washed it down with a pint of vodka to quell the pain of your recent messy divorce. It's great to be back. But now, folks, as the evening draws in and the sun gets low in the sky, it's Crowley time. Crowley time! Hello, and welcome to Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley. With me, Tom Crowley. Do you remember being late? That feeling, the sweat on your brow, the clench of your teeth, the quickening of your step as you realize that you've misjudged your journey time, and, as a result, someone will be tapping their feet and impatiently checking their watch as their estimation of you diminishes, increment by increment, second by second. Such a shame to see it gone. In those last few minutes of rush, whole lives are lived and ended. Resolutions are made. You'll never let this happen again. From now on, you will be a better organized person. You will always leave an extra half an hour for any journey. And, what's more, you'll get in better shape. Cut down on your drinking and your meat eating. You'll spend less time scrolling through streaming services and more time reading books like a grown-up person. You'll cherish your free time and respect your working hours. All to come to an abrupt halt the second you arrive at your destination. And that other you, that better you, dissipates into the ether. What a thrill. We miss it now it's gone. In lieu of a good old-fashioned panicked sprint to work or a meeting or a christening, I hope you'll allow me to reintroduce a life-changing element of worry and fear into your life in the safe, controlled environment of a sketch comedy podcast. Clench your teeth, pump your legs, and charge into this phantasmagoria. Hurry up. You're late.
All right. Yes, hello, can you see me?
No.
What about now?
No, boss, I think you...
How about now?
No, boss, I think the camera's on. You just haven't got it pointed...
Bloody thing.
No, I think you just haven't got it pointed at your face.
Yeah, she's right.
Have you got the Wi-Fi on?
Of course he's got the Wi-Fi on, Lewis. We can hear him.
Oh. Right, I've moved the camera. Can you see me?
Yep, there you are.
Can you see me?
Yes, but your voice is still a bit...
What?
You just...
Sorry, Jenny, what did you say?
Nothing, never mind.
Right. Team meeting?
We know.
What?
We know it's the team meeting. We're here for the team meeting.
Mitch, never mind.
Is it the team meeting? What did you say, Jenny?
Nothing.
Yes, it is the team meeting, Lewis.
Yes, team meeting. Right. I know what you're all thinking, and I'm to say it's bad news.
What?
Jenny, is that a dog behind you?
What?
That thing behind you in the picture, is that a dog?
No, that's an occasional table, Lewis.
Oh.
Boss, did you say it's good news or bad news?
I said it's bad news.
Boss, your connection...
My what?
Say it again, boss.
It's news.
Boss, I think it's your connection.
Yes, thank you, Lewis. Boss, just say whether it's good or bad news several times in a row.
It's bad news, it's bad news, it's bad news, it's bad news.
Right, got it now.
Oh, Christ.
It's what news?
It's bad news, Lewis. Walker's is not planning to furlough its staff for the foreseeable future.
Oh,
Come
Christ.
on,
Do you not
still,
understand
are
what they're
they
going
No,
through here?
look. I have been ticking the boxes for upper management all this time.
What did you say?
I said I've been ticking the boxes for upper management.
Oh, right.
I have been bending over backwards while those sunk my core.
You what?
I've been bending over backwards while those concerned sunk my cause.
Oh, right.
What's that about your cock, boss?
Boss, that is completely unreasonable. I'm having to deal with childcare as well as working from home.
Yes, are they not even prepared to push back some deadlines?
Look, think about it. In this period, what's still going? Supermarket sales and online delivery, right?
Oh, yes.
Walker's Tins and Baskets manufactures high-end sales and transport packaging materials.
Yes, boss, we know.
We do?
Ours is one of the few businesses that can actually maintain chain turnover at this time.
Oh, but we just can't keep up the work the same as usual, boss.
I don't have the same level of access to other departments or my files.
There's a squirrel outside my window.
Look,
It's looking at me funny.
the higher-ups weren't playing ball yesterday, but believe me...
Oh, sorry everyone, I've lost you.
You're not looking at the computer, Lewis.
Oh, right, there you are.
Just listen, all of you. You're my team, okay? You can trust me. The higher-ups might be holding firm, but believe me, I am fighting for you. And I will them. I will fight and upper management until I've got them on their knees, and then I'll fight them some more, until they open up their hearts and give me what I want. Then we can really get stuck in with negotiations.
Boss, maybe you should close some other browser tabs, because...
Your well-being is at the top of my priorities.
I find that hard to believe, boss, because I'm here doing double my usual workload with a 2-year-old to take care of as well, because my wife is stuck on the ward all day and night.
Boss, there's talk of a strike brewing.
What?
Ah, Jenny, don't.
Oh, I'll have a brew if you're making.
I'm not making a brew, Lewis, and even if I was, I couldn't bring it to you, could I?
Oh, yeah.
A strike.
I'm not saying who, but there is a sizable group across several departments who say they're prepared to stop work immediately if the company doesn't at least consider reducing the demands on or raising the pay of the people still working from home.
Is this true, Mitch?
Yes, boss, there's talk.
Right. I see. Well, I began this call thinking we were all on the same team. That we were all one big family. As far as I'm concerned, you're all wankers, tits and bastards.
Boss?
Boss? Did you say walkers, tins and baskets?
No, Mitch. No, I didn't.
Mr. Roberts has left the conversation.
Boss? Boss, I've lost you, boss. Boss? Boss?
Oh, shut up, Lewis.
What was that, Mitch? Sorry, boss, have you got the Wi-Fi on? What?
Hello, this is Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley with me, Tom Crowley. We can't take your call at the moment. Please leave your message after the tone. Right, well, you know how when this all kicked off, everyone was stockpiling toilet roll and hand sanitizer, yeah? Well, I went in a slightly different direction, and now I'm lumbered with piles of unsold stock. Anyway, if you know anyone who wants 40,000 vinyl copies of Neil Diamond's Just For You, then give me a bell.
We interrupt this programme with an urgent broadcast from the International League of Cockneys. The International League of Cockneys. Go on, son. Alright, watcher and have a banana. It's me, Leggy Greggy Smith, General Secretary of the International League of Cockneys. We at the ILC really appreciate a number of you what's been picking up the dog and bone and sending us your dyspeptic indigestions about the changing boat race at a proud tradition of Cockney rhyming slang, or as them in the know calls it, David Hockney bell chiming ylang ylang. As we all know, society's changing faster than you can chuck your airs and graces down the apples and pears. Things what was pucker only a couple of donkeys years ago are now seen as ordinary kitchen civ. Offensive. To give you a quick urine sample, not long ago, telling a bird you like to a Bristol's was a compliment, but lately, it's more likely to come across as Justine Greening. Demeaning. A lot of the lads down the rubber dub have been finding this new landscape a bit Rudolph Hessful, worried they won't be able to mind their Bruce Banners negotiating all these new sensitive areas. Some of the geezers are even saying they won't change, that if people can't handle them at their currywurst, they don't deserve them at their geography test. But we here at the ILC say that if David Belyalang is going to survive in the 21st festival century, it has to evolve. Otherwise it won't just end up brown bread, it'll end up brown obliterated. And that's why we're sending out this guide to updated inclusive rhyming slang, what we humbly submit for you to have a right good butcher's hook at.
Lovely jubbly.
Now a word which has surfaced more frequently lately is cis. C-I-S.
Chelsea, Islington, Southwark.
As in, a person for whom the twig and berries they was born with matches their preferred gender identity. To ease the introduction of this concept into the Cockney community, we are proud to announce that the rhyming slang for cis will be jug. As in, jug of piss. Cis. So if you want to refer to someone as a cis man, you can simply say, "Oh, Barry, he's a jug." We've also come up with an innovative expression to refer to trans women. Women. See? That was a test. Did you pass?
Oi, oi! Oi!
More and more people lately are identifying as non-binary, which is to say they'd rather not be defined either as a bird or a geezer and instead adopt the pronoun they. The ILC is always keen to include all people from all persuasions, faiths and walks of life, as long as they were born within Bow Bells, that is. So we're proud to announce that we've assigned Christmas Day as the official Cockney rhyming slang for they. As in, my youngest is much happier now they've come out as a Christmas.
Nice one, mate.
As you may know, one way we Cockneys used to refer to the wobbly dessert, jelly, was as R. Kelly. But unfortunately, after the sheer amount of Barney rubble he's got himself into over the years, we're afraid to announce that he is officially Nigel Manselled. Nigel Mansell himself isn't, of course, he's alleged. But from now on, if you want to refer to the popular dessert, you would say daytime, as in daytime telly, jelly. To use it in a sentence, at my youngest's birthday, they had daytime and ice cream.
Much better.
Finally, we're delighted to announce that after much consideration, we've decided to retain the much-loved Adam and Eve to stand in for Believe, with merely some slight adjustments. Just as before, a Cockney should feel free to use the rhetorical device, would you Adam and Eve it? Unless he's a gay Cockney, in which case he should say, would you Adam and Steve it? But we'd be remiss if we didn't also make some provision for the lesbian community, which is why it is also now officially approved for you to say, would you Brenda and Eve it?
Go for it, girls.
So, we do hope you'll follow us in moving with the Buster Rhymes and consider these amendments to our knees-up mother tongue. Please do employ these new terms in daily life, whether you're here with us living and working in the East End, or, if you've retired, in the south of Spain. Alright, take care, be lucky, mind how you go, and catch you on the flip side. That's another new one, just taking it out for a spin. Not sure.
The International League of Cockneys. Go on, son.
Excuse me, sir, do you listen to podcasts?
No, I don't. In fact, I think there's something rather damaging about the whole medium.
Oh, what would that be?
Well, you see all these programs with comedians and personalities sitting around and talking, usually about something they don't know any more about than you or I do. They just contribute snarky quips around almost facts which they're regurgitating from the title of an independent article they didn't read, or something their friend told them in the pub, or something they've already heard on a different podcast, and then someone else will listen to this conversation and talk about it on their podcast, and so on and so on. And this whole cycle of almost total ignorance just contributes to a general lack of rigour and nuance in our public discourse, which is already absolutely endemic in society. Gosh, do you really think that's so? Oh, yes. I heard Matt Baker talking about it on the One Show.
Hello, my name is Wingnut. I am a 5-year-old boy, and my daddy says it is bad to tell a lie. So, yes, it was me who put daddy's socks in the freezer. I wanted to see if they would go hard, which they did, but not blocks of ice like I hoped. Welcome to Ask Wingnut, the show where me, a 5-year-old boy, helps you with your problems. Brought to you by Rusks. They are dry, but they taste nice and they make your teeth strong. Rusks. Rusks.com/wingnut. Rusks. Thank you for all your letters. It is nice to be in touch, and also reading them helps me with sounding out my words. My mummy says I am getting better at reading aloud, and soon I will be able to read out the word Setsnir. Our first letter this week is from Millie, who is 29. Dear Wingnut, I am in lockdown with my boyfriend. We lived together and decided to stay here when lockdown was declared. I love him and I think he is the one, but since we have been spending all our time together, his little habits are getting on my nerves like never before. He often doesn't flush the toilet after going number 2, leaving me to find his little friends when I need to go. He also clips his nails on the kitchen table and doesn't clean up the shavings afterwards. I want to talk to him, but I'm worried it will drive a wedge between us as we have nowhere else to go and no way to let off steam elsewhere. What should I do? Well, Millie, it sounds like your boyfriend is a mucky pup. I use the grown-up toilet now, and I flush it always, every time, because that is the clean thing to do, and also it makes a funny sound. I think that you should speak to your boyfriend about these issues, and if he is upset, you could flush the toilets to lighten the tone. Hope that helps. Our next letter is from Gwen, who is 14. Dear Wingnut, due to the coronavirus pandemic, our end-of-year school dance has been cancelled, and I'm very sad because I was going to tell the boy I like that I like him at the dance. Now we are all off school and I can't see him. I want to tell him how I feel, maybe over text or Google Hangouts video call. But is it weird to just tell him now? Well, Gwen, I am a boy, and when someone says that they like me, I think it is nice. When my friend Jerome at school said that he liked me, it was the happiest day of my life, and not just because he has a Nintendo Switch. It was nice to know that he liked me, but also it was nice that he made the effort to say that he liked me, which is not always easy. Now that we cannot play at school or at home, we are talking every day on video conference call, which is nearly as good, except when his dad walks past in the background in his pants, which looks like a disgusting nightmare. Thank you. Our final letter for this week is from Marcus, who is 42. Dear Wingnut, I have been enjoying getting back into cooking for my family as we are all isolated together. But after bangers and mash and steak and kidney pie and moussaka for the 20th time in a row, they are craving some variety. How can I spice up my menu for my wife and children? Well, Marcus, I have only made one meal in my life, which was eggs and jelly on toast for my mum on Mother's Day. She had some and said thank you, and it was very nice, but later I saw her putting the rest of it in the smelly bin, so read into that what you will. My favourite food is chicken dippers and oven chips. But last night for dinner, my dad made a roast of beef, and I didn't want to have any because I didn't like it. And my mum said I have never ate it before, so I should try some, so I did. And now that is my favourite food. Tonight is lasagna, which I have not had and I do not like. I am stopping the program now because I am bored and my box of Lego is winking at me from the next room. I hope that my advice has been helpful for you and that you are being responsible by self-isolating and social distancing, and that you are all being nice to yourself and all the people that you live with, or nobody if that is who lives there. Tune in next week when my guest will be Louis Theroux, sharing his tips for keeping your love life exciting in the face of social devastation. Thank you and please very much. Goodbye.
Hello. We understand that you were involved in an automobile accident that wasn't your fault. Please state your home address. We'd like to come round and laugh at you.
And there we had Igor Swarinsky and his fabulous dancing children. And you can see Her Majesty the Queen in the royal box beaming with delight after that performance. Next up at this year's Royal Variety Performance, coming to you live from London's Coliseum Theatre, is a very exciting prospect. It's the English heritage singer Walter Jeggings Kratt, with his popular song, The Humper. I humped the grass and I humped the breeze and I humped the stars and I humped the trees and I humped the birds and I humped the bees and I humped the skies and I humped the seas. I humped the dusk and I humped the dawn and I humped the night and I humped the morn and I humped with a sigh and I humped with a yawn and I humped what had been and I humped what had gone. I love my homeland and I'd never dump it. And when you truly love something, you just want to hump it. I humped the gloomy and I humped the glad and I humped the merry and I humped the sad and I humped the good and I humped the bad and I humped your mum and I humped your dad. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Your Majesty. What an honour. Thank you. Thank you so much. A rapturous response from all here at the Coliseum. Roses peppering the stage like anti-aircraft fire. Her Majesty the Queen in the royal box, now fully unconscious with excitement. The Duke of Edinburgh fanning her face with an exquisitely embroidered handkerchief. Yes, truly this is a Royal Variety performance to remember.
I've been at this all day, all right? I've tried everywhere and nothing, absolutely nothing. I am giving up hope. Anyway, if you do know of anywhere I can buy 40,000 vinyl copies of Neil Diamond's Just For You, please get in touch. My number's 076... Connection error.
There you are. Right on time. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, that it brought up your heart rate, and that you made numerous pledges to yourself that you will shortly forget entirely. Of course, many of us don't have the luxury of idleness. Many key workers, be they medical professionals, delivery drivers, supermarket employees or cleaners, are still bravely treading the streets, keeping society afloat, keeping us fed and well. At the moment, all the rest of us can do is offer these champions our consideration and thanks, and vow that once this is all over, we will shun anyone who tries to convince us that these people are anything less than the best of us. And try not to get shitty in the queue at Tesco when one of the self-checkout machines is on the blink. Thank you so much to all the generous supporters who've heeded my pleas and signed up to this show's Patreon since last month. Your reward is a brand new supporter-exclusive instalment of my interview series, Who is Comedy?, in which I speak to fellow industry professionals. This time it's BBC Studios executive producer Victoria Lloyd, producer of countless BBC radio comedy favourites. To hear the interview and to sign up as a supporter of Crowley Time for just $2 per episode, go to patreon.com/Crowley Time. I hope all of you who are able have found it in your hearts to support a struggling artist or a charitable cause recently. If you can't spare these any money, then please consider spreading awareness by telling a friend or loved one about a creator whose work you love, or about a particularly worthy cause. For example, you could post about this show on social media, or write a nice review for it on your favourite podcast app. Yeah, that one sounds good. Do that. The next episode will be released once the Wolves have taken London. So make sure to subscribe, so you'll be alerted at the precise moment that happens. Everything you've just heard was made by me, Tom Crowley. Please submit all praise, questions or complaints to @atomcrowley on Twitter. To help me sew together one enormous surgical mask to cover the entire surface of planet Earth, go to patreon.com/crowleytime and become a supporter today. And remember, give a man a fish and you run the risk of aiding the spread of COVID-19. Dip a fish in bleach and throw it at the man from a distance of at least 2 meters, and you'll have hurt a man with a bleachy fish.
Boss? Boss, I still can't hear you. Boss? Mitch? Jenny? Is anyone there? Hello? Oh, the squirrel's back. Hello, little fella. Oh, God. Oh, no, it's on me. No. Oh, God, it's at my